What's going on, fellas? So we've been doing some work on the car. Unfortunately, it's not coming along as fast as I'd like it to, but I did want to go over some things that we've done recently. We did a lot of wiring over here on the door, comes into the back. That's for my pods right there, and also we corrected the ignition. In an earlier video, we showed a alarm system that we took out, and we had to correct all that. They had an interrupt in there, and it was just a big old mess of wire. So we took all that out, just correcting the mess, and then just fixing it correctly. Also, over here in the motor bay, we been doing some wrapping. We did this actually today. You can't, it has a little bit of space right here, but that's only because it's so thick you can't really get it to fit. And then over here on the exhaust, we did a really nice wrap job right here, and so that'll keep the temperatures down in the engine bay, and that also will help my boost. They say up to about 30%, because the hot air won't be able to escape, and that will actually help propel the turbo to go even faster. So we got a couple other sections of my exhaust I got to wrap, because this one goes right underneath the oil pan, so we don't want that heat going directly to the oil right underneath it, basically heating it up twice, going when it's burned, and then also from the exhaust gases. So that's why we got this this wrap. But we got some other sections that we're going to have to wrap as well. Let's see, what else have we been doing? That's pretty much it for the engine bay right now. We also hang on. We also did finally hook up the wires to the starter. Now this is a good setup because we only use the starter for when you first start it, but the power has power for the for my fan, so easier to set up. We don't have to run wires all the way to the battery, and then we hooked it up to this relay right here. So, and it's got a fuse, and this is for the fans. If I pull that fuse, the fans will not work. So let me just turn it on real quick and let you see what it sounds like. Yeah, so it's moving a lot of air. Should keep it pretty cool on my intake. And yeah, hang on one second. But yeah, so that's what we've been working on with the car. We got to do some more wiring, because I do have an oil temperature sensor that I want to hook up. I don't know if we're going to do that before we get it running or do it a little bit after, basically right before I do my fuel injectors. But yeah, so so the next process is to basically go over the car and go over all my vacuum lines, make sure the turbo, everything is hooked up correctly, so it's getting the proper just properly set up so that it can run correctly. And then once we get all that set up, we will install the computer. We'll go right here, crank it up, and then we'll start making some boost. And then we can start playing around with tuning it, and then making it go faster, and then we'll go in that route. Also on my intake, I got to set up a intake air temperature sensor for the computer, so it can read that and then make adjustments as it needs it. So stay tuned. I know I haven't posted much lately, but we've been working. Just been a slow process. So, and we also have our boost gauge right here. That'll be hooking up Comes with the Mega Squirt. That'll go up to 44 psi. So I'm looking forward to being able to see what kind of temperatures I can, or what kind of power I can get out of this thing. Now we will be also putting a heat shield between the exhaust and this little section right here, because I mean, it will still get hot. We just don't want to. We don't want it to bleed over into our intake air that we're pushing into the motor. We want to try to keep that as cool as possible. But also, we don't want an issue where it's gonna, mess up the rubber piece that did last time. So stay tuned, and hopefully some good content will come soon. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. I've been saying that for like 3 weeks now. And it just seems like it just takes longer than what it's supposed to. But I'd rather have the car running, better than running for a short period of time and then just having problems left and right. So yeah, so stay tuned, and we'll be making some boo soon.